What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Guys, today we have another this or that contender because we've now been given the Hot Toys battle-damaged, unmasked version of Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, most of us have that standard version, myself included, so that calculus starts to go through our brains as collectors. Which version do we now need in our collection? Is there a definitive choice? Is it this? Is it that? Is it both? Stick around and find out. But guys, if you like the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and let's get into it.
Oh, pardon me, but it's
Ben Thomas Showtime. Let's go.
Okay guys, welcome back. So you guys know how this goes. With the this or that videos, I like to take a look at this new figure first, then we're going to compare it to what we already have in a lot of ways in our collection, and then we're going to have to do that calculus. Is it this, that, both? What's going to be the deciding factor for you in your display? For me, I want to take a look at this figure first. Now, this does look pretty good, let's be honest. I do really like the fact that we're seeing, finally, after all these years of waiting for it, that shriveled up Deadpool unmasked sculpt, right? It not only does it look like Ryan Reynolds, but it's, you know, pretty iconic to this film now, and it's something that people have been asking for a lot of years. In fact, a lot of you out there, if you really wanted it, probably already went the custom route. And while some of those customs that I've seen floating around are actually pretty good, I would say this is better. I can definitely see Ryan Reynolds behind the makeup here. I love that they gave him the rolling eyes. I think that that's critical for head sculpts nowadays. And I love the fact that this figure is coming now with a couple of different looks for the head. Not only can you do the unmasked look, but you can also have that mask rolled up look, which, to be honest, is actually, for me, possibly the bigger standout piece here, and the piece that I would use if I get this one in my collection more, because it's a little bit of best of both worlds-y. That you get that mask look, but you can see what his face looks like underneath, that kind of messed up look, and I think that looks pretty cool. But also, of course, it still comes with a standard mask variant of the head sculpt as well, which is all dirtied up. Now, that's a bit of a strange piece here, though, because in these solicitation photos, at the very least, they haven't shown any swappable eye plates. And to be honest, when Deadpool is wearing his mask, his eyes are the most expressive part, right? Like, that's, to me, what makes him so cheeky. Whereas, like, he can do the squinty look, he can do the big eyes look. It makes him expressive. So the fact that they haven't added that here is odd. I think that they're banking on the fact that you'll use the head sculpt here, or they're banking on the fact that maybe you already have the standard version. Maybe these plates actually will pop out and you can use the eye plates from your other figure. They haven't confirmed that here, but that would be cool and would be incentive to look at having both options. The other standout piece here is obviously that adamantium skeleton of Wolverine, Logan, right? His bones that Deadpool actually uses to fight the TVA in the beginning of the film. And while it was, you know, horrible to see Logan in that condition once again, it was cool to see the adamantium skeleton, of course. Now, if I'm being honest, this isn't as shiny as I would have expected, but I did take a look at the photos that you see here on the screen. It's closer than I originally thought. I thought the adamantium looked a little dull from the figure here, but overall, I think it's actually pretty well aligned. I like that they did sculpted hair so it doesn't get messed up and fall out, even though I think a little bit of bristles of, you know, rooted hair in the sculpt could have been cool. It's fine that they didn't go that direction. Now, the confusing part. The accessories with this figure are not really in line with film accuracy. If we're talking film accuracy, in my opinion, you might actually need both figures, because one of the things that I was critical of the original version that came out from this film, the clean look, was that he did come with the golden guns, and he came with Baby Pool, and he also came with Headpool, but those were characters that weren't even really working with Deadpool in the film once we all saw the movie. So we were a little bit confused. Most of us were like, oh man, we kind of wish we got the Wolverine skeleton, which now we're getting with this version. But the accessories are kind of backwards in my opinion, because really, if we're looking at film accuracy, the clean version should have come with the Wolverine skeleton, and of course the battle damage version should have come with the golden guns. Now, Interestingly enough, if you're really looking for a Ryan Reynolds proper head sculpt in your display, this is now technically the second version we're going to get of Ryan Reynolds, right? Because we've also seen Nicepool get announced and put out for pre-order. So some of you may already have Nicepool as well. And so now possibly you could have 3 Deadpool variants in your collection with relatively swappable accessories, right? You could, if you missed the golden guns for the original standard version, you could still get the Nicepool and use the golden guns from Nicepool with this battle damage version, and you could take the Wolverine skeleton from this version and give it to your clean version, and honestly have a good reason to buy all 3, but that's, for me, getting to be a little bit excessive. So where is the price point going to come in on this guy? Now, we don't know yet. Unfortunately, as of this video, Sideshow still has the RSVP up, but hasn't actually told us what the price is yet. So I'm anticipating somewhere between $305 and $345 because he's got the head sculpt there. I would think maybe a little bit more, especially because it's got the head sculpt, it's got the rolled up mask, and it's got the cowled look. But also, if I'm thinking about Nicepool, that came in at $305, so I wouldn't think that this should be much more than a maximum of $345. So let's see if that holds true. Now, which one do I like more? That's the tricky part, because to be honest, I actually think that I like the clean version look more. Even though he has some pretty aggressive fight scenes with Wolverine throughout the film, the outfit actually stays relatively clean up until kind of that final battle scene where Nicepool gets killed and he's up against all of the army of Deadpools. That's when he really starts to get the most battle damaged. But at that point, of course, he's wielding the golden guns and not the look that comes with this figure. So it was a bit of a confusing way to do this, I will admit. But Ryan Reynolds had teased this figure back on November the 16th, so that's crazy how many months it's been since this was originally teased. In my opinion, it started to piss people off because a lot of us at that time were just finally getting that, of course, clean version in our collections. We're all excited about it, and then we get teased with another version. And while this is a vastly different representation because of the battle damage and the accessories, it still kind of felt Chromando-y in the sense of, well, great, now I'm not as excited about this one because now that one comes with more accessories. I know a lot of you out there have also gone with custom options for the Wolverine skeleton. Our buddy Collector Joey, I know, did that, where he got a nice, beautiful, shiny adamantium skeleton of Logan to go with this clean version from a customizer. And to be honest, that also looked really, really amazing. So I don't think you need necessarily both. It really just depends on the scene that you're going for. How often are you going to actually display this Ryan Reynolds head sculpt? If you really want a Ryan Reynolds head sculpt in your display, then I'd actually think that a Nicepool goes along really nicely with either the clean or battle damage version if you only want maybe a maximum of 2 Deadpool variants in your collection. Now, maybe this is your favorite film of the year last year. Maybe this is your favorite film of all time. Maybe you're going to go in on all of these bad boys. And if that's the case, that's still going to be one heck of a cool display. Don't get me wrong. As I said at the beginning of the video here, technically, if you get the clean, the battle damage, and the Nicepool, you can swap the accessories for all of them and have great film accuracy throughout most of the film with all of those representations. But that is a big investment in this film. And that's to say, we still haven't seen all of the Resistance figures announced yet. We're still waiting on an Elektra, we're still waiting on a Gambit, and of course, many of you already have the Ladypool. Many of you already have that standard edition of the Deadpool, the clean look. So it comes down to preference, it comes down to budget, and it comes down to how you want to display this. Was this Hot Toys jumping the gun on a figure when we got that first version? Was it another example of the Spider-Man No Way Home suit where we all were excited about getting that figure upon release of the film and then realizing once we saw the movie that it didn't look anything like the film scene? How weird was that? It feels kind of the same way. Having said that, I don't think I would change anything. I loved the fact that after watching Deadpool and Wolverine, I could be excited about a Deadpool figure virtually coming to my collection within about a month. That was cool. So if that means less accuracy down the line, I'm still okay with that, at least if they give other options. Unfortunately, I think this could have been a great candidate for either a 2-pack, or you could consider this new piece a companion to that original. Have a display with both looks in it. One other notable win though of this new version is that backdrop. The TVA lit portal display I think is way cooler than that little plastic shell that came with the original version. It just was cheap feeling and I never really liked it. So I think this base is so much better than the other one, if we're comparing both, of course. So guys, I passed the question back off to you for this or that video today. Is it this being the clean version that we already have in our collections? Is it that being the new version, this Deadpool battling version, the damaged look with the head sculpt? Is it both? Let me know in your comments down below. But guys, if you liked the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Wow, what a great audience. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Where should I go? What should I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
It's gone. It's all gone.